just in a manner, last 1200 days, the Vizag steel workers are carrying on without causing a single man-hour loss. They are agitating, giving a slogan that better try, let us see how you can enter our plant. We tried that mechanism and till now halted the privatization of the Salem steel plant. We tried the same mechanism and could halt the privatization of the Alloy steel plant Durgapur. Better try, let us see. I think that is the only mode as an activist I understand. When the whole picture is comprehensively in front of us, that a decision taken, a target fixed, and they want to realize that target in phase manner. In between this 1200 days episode has come. So right at this moment, a condition need to be created that this is unmanageable. Unfortunately, even our people are calling it a crisis. It is not a crisis. It's a conspiracy to sabotage. The thing has to be looked into in its own perspective. That is how I understand. I'm sorry. I may not be that technically proficient, but I also worked in steel industry for long 20 years. While working, learning while doing like that, to the extent this technicality I could gauge, could grasp. So I think these are aspects need to be understood with an integrated approach. That a deliberate situation, the majority of the problem can be absorbed, addressed, majority of the problem, not all. Because this is also a period of a systemic crisis, which is continuing globally. Even US economy is facing a kind of recessionary trend. Their growth rate is going down. Their debt to GDP ratio is beyond the standard they have set up, US economy has set up, World Bank, IMF have set up, much below, above it, their debt to GDP ratio. There is an overall crisis. Commodity market is squeezing. Definitely all these extraneous factor may impact, and it is impacting also sale. Also sale it is impacting. But the point is that to remain at a manageable stage, the crucial necessity is its raw material linkage, and by denying that, it is pushing that into deliberately a situation of unviability, and added to that, one after another adventures are being undertaken in order to show that we want to carry it on. Like blast furnace shut down, then the recent deal with Jindal, raw material and working capital to be paid back in terms of finished product. I don't know what are the terms of the agreements. By great chasing, we got just the outline, but not the integral terms and terms of the agreement. That you give a coking coal with a 22% ash content. Is it not a breach of contract by Jindal? Or whether it is a complicity? Then the story has to be dug much deeper. And we are definite. We will not leave it. We are not going to. So this is a crisis that has been created. An integrated steel plant which has gone through many crises since its birth, right from the construction stage. At one point of time, halfway production was there. The construction was there. Thereafter, where to get the fund? Even that issue was also addressed by country's people, and particularly the working class movement. We addressed that issue. How to finish the plant. And thereafter, it came to profit also. But there is a limit of it, because without a permanent organic raw material linkage, an integrated plant with its expanding capacity cannot manage the whole thing. It is crucial importance is the raw material linkage. And all the integrated steel plant in the country, both in public sector and also in private sector, they are all having their captive mines with them. The lone exception is RINL, that too being in the public sector. With his own resources, it got expanded, its capacity, to the service of the nation. But it could not be given at least a captive ore mine, that too sitting in the Andhra Pradesh movement to head on confront the further move. It is a temporary thing we could stop and the thing could not address. Till now in the Vizag steel plant case also, 21, now 24, at least till now we are halting up. And it can be done permanently in the days to come if we maintain that spirit and don't misunderstand the present state as just a natural crisis that has cropped up on the industry. It is a created one. During this period also, somebody was raising that the RINL has paid not only its interest liabilities, but also a part of their principal to bank. At this critical juncture, when we don't have money to purchase a working raw material, but I don't blame management for that. That is also a job. Side by side, that is a contrast where the default of bank loan is being legalized by an enactment by the parliament. Unfortunately, I am a party to that. At that time, I was a member of that. I tried to stop it, moving amendment that tragically defeated. They are legitimizing the pilferage of the bank money by the corporates by way of deliberate default. Even today, the debt equity ratio of the public sector on the average is much lower than the major public or private sector undertaking. The major private sector, big corporates, they don't make business by their own money, they make business by bank money and thereafter transfer in some other account. Some part was defaulted, then IBC come with the picture. And till date, through the IBC process, the total loan portfolio, hardly 27% could be recovered and the rest 73% is termed as an haircut. They name it from the finance ministry. In the floor of parliament, they're telling it is a haircut. Whose money? Who is cutting the hair? We don't know. So in that kind of a situation, you have to understand these are the integral part and RINL is one of the pawns which is sought to be eliminated through this conspiracy. That has to be understood and noted. If we look in a crisis point of view, we will not be able to prioritize our intervention. We want that RINL, let it be there, let it further expand, let it serve not only Andhra Pradesh but the entire country. That cannot be ensured. When that prioritization will suffer. So I think in the right perspective, the things that to be there. Raw material linkage must be the point. Proposals coming to make it merger with sale. Fine. But there is a sad story also. Around 2003-4, effort was made like that. When Ramvilas Paswan was the steel minister, I am forgetting the exact year. And unfortunately, in the continuity of that perception, as a parliament member, I also got involved. And it was conceived by all respect to him, he is no more with us. He conceived the problem of this raw material linkage and he still told that there are many vested interests who are not allowing the raw material linkage. Otherwise, what should be the problem that on the soil of Andhra Pradesh, they cannot get, RINL cannot get a dedicated captive iron ore mines? It is not believable. That problem is there. Better if it is merged, then their raw material linkage can be ensured. But finally, sorry to say, some sovereignistic exercise with a political motive did not allow that process to take off. It is the pride of the state. Now where the pride is going now? And another aspect, it has got a lot of landed property. In this process, that land thing is being sought to be monetized. A satanic document has already been produced by the Niti Aayog in the name of National Monetization Corporation, a pipeline, where the targets, land targets of under different public sector are being targeted, and beneficiaries, not that public sector will get back that money. Various arguments are being played upon. The government has given that land to the particular industry for industrialization, so that land, if it is sold, it cannot go to that company. These theories are also being talked about in various corners. So, by using the land resources, getting some working capital, if it is done very fine, but there is a problem on that front also. Somebody will go to court and get it stopped. Because that argument is already started being played that the state has given the land to that industry for building that industry. If that industry don't like the land, they must send it back to the state. And if it is right now, it come back to the state, say state of Andhra Pradesh right now, it will go where nobody knows. Real estate has become a very profitable fortune. Business now. Everybody is eyeing towards that. And in the real estate, basically construction material, the monopoly of 3 companies or 4 companies maximum, or big companies including Tata, L&T. And in the raw material of construction, cement, build like this almost a single monopoly house, barring some other companion. So in these big 5 of top 10 industrial houses, corporate profit maker, top 10, there is a magnificent 5, which includes Adani, Ambani, Tata, Birla, and Bharti Airtel. And another one is there. In the market capitalization, they lead the major share.